Today we get in and harvest what I think is the best looking and smelling crop we've ever planted. Along with this, we make an absolute ton of money from our dairy products. So let's dig in. G'day mates, how's it going? You're on DirtByte. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2025 Survival Farming Vlog. So today we kick off where we finished last episode by in this new section of field by pretty much just getting it finished. So we've got the baling to do and we'll have wrapping as well. Again, we'll leave these bales out in the field until December time, let them ferment, and there'll be no rush to get them collected and taken anywhere, because might as well just pick them all up when they're ready to sell and take them over to the sell point then. I reckon we can get quite a few bales out of this section, so I reckon the amount of silage we have to sell will be considerable and should go a long way to recouping some of the money that we spent on this this extra expansion we've taken on, so we can allow us room to do a really good big solid cow enclosure farm area. Once we've finished the baling and wrapping, I don't think there's very much left for us to do in July. We'll be probably moving forward to August or September, maybe even to when the poppies are ready to harvest. I know that that's going to be quite a significant job, and we have to turn that field around in 1 month. So luckily we do have the two combines. One of them isn't very big, so I don't know how much help it's going to be, but it's going to be better than nothing. There'll be a lot of carting to do. We'll have to get one of our neighbours to come over and give us a hand to run one or even two combines, because we're going to be spending a lot of time carting back and forth to the silo and then back to the combines. I think that poppies aren't a hugely high yielding crop, so it mightn't be too bad. I anticipate getting quite a significant amount of poppies from that field nonetheless, because it is our mega field. It's so huge. It's like all the way, it's like that whole it's that whole dark green section over there. So I anticipate that we're going to get a considerable amount of poppies. It's going to take a lot of time to actually get in and get the job done. Once we have got it harvested, we will have to look at getting it re-sown for the wheat that we're going to put in next time. So we do have the cedar we've got. It's about 6.5 meters, but we may be better off and may need to get in and hire a bigger one like we did last time, just to have to get in and get the job done. Any cedar we do hire will need to be a direct drill, so I don't anticipate there will be enough time to actually cultivate it before we actually go in and seed. So we're going to have to harvest and then go straight in with the direct drill seeder to get the wheat planted, to get it all done within the 1 day time limit we have, so we can get it a crop in there and get it producing over the winter time. And then when it comes to harvesting next year, that wheat crop is going to be a significant amount of wheat and straw bales as well. So we're going to make a lot of money from that field. We're going to make a lot of crops off that field. I hope that by this time next year we may be in a position where we can get like a decent sized flour mill. So any wheat that we do get off there, we can put straight into a flour mill and really upscale and upsell the raw product, rather than just selling off as wheat. Sell it off in the flour form, which is a higher value product, so it will be worth it. I think what we need to do is just get in and get the rest of this baled and probably wrapped in a time lapse, so that we can get this done and completed and move on to the next job next month or two. So we've done quite a bit of baling and wrapping recently, so I just want to get in, power through, get this done, and I'll see you once we've finished all the bales. Last one to wrap. I did have to go to the store and fill up our wrapper. I think we had 3/4 of a pallet of wrap already over there that we got last time we were doing this sort of job. I have noticed that there is some milk down at the goats needs transferring over to the production, as well as these bales here need to be collected and put over into the storage for the goats for the next couple of winters. So I'm going to end up doing that as well now, so we'll get this all done before we move ahead to the next month. Just need to find the little Massey Ferguson, which is over here somewhere. There it is, parked up in the shed. I'm just going to drive this one straight in, come back to this later and tidy it up. We've got things to be doing and getting done. Good old Massey Ferguson 690. Crank him up and away we go. It looks like we've got quite a few dairy products out there as well. So it might be worth looking to see when the best time to sell them is. I think it's another couple of months, maybe around September. If that's the case, we'll just hold off until then. We might as well get the best price for them. Well, yeah, 4 pallets here. 3 will be full and 1 will probably be maybe half full or something like that. Be a part full anyway. There we go. 2,000 litres. Yeah, once we have the cow dairy up and running, this production from this milk processing plant is absolutely going to be pumping. At the moment, we're sort of like not really doing it to capacity. It takes the milk and processes it quite quickly because it's, you know, got a lot bigger capacity than what we have milk for it at the moment. Looking forward to being able to like really max it out once we get the cows up and running. All right, we just have the one left over here now. Have to scoop him up and move it over. Once we have the dairy cow milk, the cow milk being brought over to this production, it's really going to pump it through. It's going to make us a lot of money. So we're making a considerable amount of money just with the goat's milk. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to when we can bring our first load over here and get some of the dairy products up and running. Alright, so I've just had a quick look. It is a bit later in the year that the goat's milk products are the best value, or the best highest price that we can get for them. So I'm going to leave them a little bit longer, but I am going to clear that field over there of the grass bales and bring them over here and stack them up. We are going to need the real weight, aren't we? So I just want to bring these 2 bales out and actually put them over here for the goats now, because they're the oldest ones. So I want to clear them out and get them used so that we are not putting new bales on top of the old ones. Like that. So need to go and find our real weight wherever it may be, probably over near the shed somewhere. Now, I don't know whether we should just actually use the stacker and then bring them over here and just stack them in. I think that might be the best option. This tractor will probably be too small to run the stacker though, so I mean we could always give it a go. I do think it would be undersized though, because like this is quite a substantial machine, and by the time you get 14 bales on, as well as the machine itself, it's probably going to be a lot, but luckily we're close by, so it mightn't be too bad. It does seem to work. I do feel as though the tractor's probably struggling quite a bit though, but I mean, it's getting the job done. And that's all we really need to worry about, is getting the bales in. Now I wonder if it's just best to do one full stacker load, so 14 bales in total, and then turn the rest into silage, because that's where the money's to be made. I think 14 bales is probably enough to keep our goats going till we can cut some more grass later in the year or early next year. And now I think it's best if we change tractors over, because yeah, this tractor, it's underpowered, it's not doing the job. So I'll just leave it there. I'm going to go and get everything set up, and I'll bring you back in once we've got the big massive Ferguson connected up and we're continuing collecting the bales. All right, that's so much better. We need the bigger horsepower tractor for this job. We're also ready to load this into the shed once we've got a full stack of load. There we go, that's getting that on. So yeah, I think that 14 bales will be more than enough to keep the goats going. So yeah, once we've got this full load, we will get the wrapper back out again and just quickly whip round what's left and get them wrapped, and we might as well turn them into silos and turn them into money a bit later in the year. There we go, that's 9. So it's going to be more than half of what we did make. What did we make? About 20 or so? So yeah, a bit 4 or 5, maybe 6 left to just turn into silage bales. There's quite a few silage bales up here, as you can see, from the expansion and the bit of field in front of us that we've had for a little while. So they're definitely going to contribute to our increasing bank balance at the end of the year, and that'll go towards actually building the cow farm. All right, 2 more. This one and the one in front of us. And we'll go and get these dropped off and jump in a little tractor again and get them all stacked up nice and neat in the shed. Like, everything is really quite close to where we're building our farm and our yards, everything. It's, you know, quite central, which is good. And I think if we just drop these off here, I think there will be good. And we can use the front end loader to load them in. Just sneak forward a little bit more. Hopefully the stack doesn't fall down. We can put that down while we start getting everything underway. Now I wonder how many we can pick up at once, because that's quite a high stack and our little tractor doesn't have that great of reach. So it looks like we're going to have to like try and pick up possibly 3 at once, which I think may be a bit out of reach for this tractor. I think 3 is going to be okay. Let's just see. We might end up knocking it all down. So we can get under 3, but we can't actually lift it up any, so it's probably going to pull some down. Oh well, we tried. At least we've got these first 3. Just want to get them into the shed without actually having them fall off. That would be really nice if we could do that. Oh, there we go. Tight. Yep, that sort of worked alright. Realistically, it'd be so nice if we had like some sort of telehandler. That's what I'd be aiming to get for when we do actually have the cow farmers. We need some other piece of equipment for moving bales, moving the loose material, like there'll be loose silage, there'll be manure, there'll be straw, things like that. We need a better or a bigger piece of equipment for that. I don't know whether a telehandler or a wheel loader would be the best option. It was just about what the store's got for us, what they've got access to, and might be something that comes up nicely in the sale. I think there's I did hear rumors that there's going to be a used like tractor, like used machinery sale area pop up soon, because obviously we've got the store and they have got limited used equipment, but there's not much else around for that, so I think it's like a bit of a competition to them. See if I can... That's not really what I wanted to do, but... if I can put 3 on and take 3 like this. Yeah, so when if that does actually come to, I don't actually know, it's just, you know, rumours around the district at the moment. Then we'll be able to start going and having a look at what they've got. It's going to be more like a auction site like a sale where people just bring their old equipment, old tractors, sell it to them or sell it via an auction. So it may be a good option for us rather than going to the store that's mostly got... No. Oh. Oh, well. But yeah, that might be a good option for us. Like at the store at the moment, mostly new stuff. There is a few pieces of second-hand gear, but most of the stuff there is new. So it'd be interesting to see what we can possibly get if there is that more like a used machinery yard close by. I think that might be a really good opportunity for us to get some more pieces of equipment. Even though we are doing okay for money, got 196,000 in the bank, we still have a lot of expenses, especially with our plans to continue to make this farm bigger. So if we can save some money on getting some different machines, more second-hand machines, I'm more than happy to give that a go. I'm going to try this time. I'm just going to get lined up and just put the boom down a bit, so once we get underneath we may be able to then just lift straight up. There's not much room there, is there? Just a fine balancing act. Oh, look at that. Also, don't tip the tractor over, which we're about to. No. Look at that. That's what you call expert level driving. Let's see if we can just get them off. There we go. Get the tines squared up a bit. Yeah. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Yeah, I do think that these 14 bales are going to be more than enough to keep these goats happy into next year. About how many we've had, I think the last lot lasted a couple of years. Because they do have the field, the meadow grass that they're grazing on through summertime. It's mainly just to keep them happy through the winter, is where the feed levels drop in their yard. So I'm sure this is going to be more than enough to do that. So I'm quite happy to convert the rest to silage, and we can sell that at the end of the year around the December, January time when everyone's looking for feed, and that's when we can get the most value and most money for it. Just put the last two in here, tuck them under cover. I think that's a successful bale stacking venture there. There's only a few left to go. I'm just going to shut this tractor down. I'll jump back into the white and go and get those last couple of bales finished off. And then that should be us for June. We'll be able to move forward till, well, I don't think there's very much for us to do other than look after the animals until harvest time, which will be in a few months. So might end up doing, might just, you know, cut the vlogs out until it's time for harvesting. I'll just look after the animals in the background until then. So I really do want to get stuck into that poppy harvest. It's, you know, I've been wanting to do that for quite some time. I'm excited to get into that mega field. I know it's going to take a lot of work, so, you know, we've got to get onto it sooner rather than later. We've got one here, about 3 down there. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish these off. Then I'm going to just cut out and I'll bring you back in. Well, I think it'll be harvest. I think the next scene will be the harvesting, getting it underway. So yeah, I'll see you then. Wow. Look at that field of poppies. That looks so cool. Look at it. That's a massive sea of red poppies. But it's not quite ready to harvest. We've got something else to harvest today. And that is over here. Our lavender is ready to go. So we've got such colourful crops here. We've got beautiful vibrant purple of the lavender and the red of the poppies. It's they're beautiful crops to actually grow. And harvesting the lavender is going to be so amazing. Instead of getting terrible dusty smell and stuff, you're going to be smelling lavender. Like, cannot complain at that. Looks like some of the lavender may have failed. There's a few bits and pieces here that, you know, for whatever reason, it hasn't grown properly. But you get that, like, anticipate that with some crops. But the rest of it is ready to go. So we can combine this with our U-Butte John Deere. It should not take long at all because, let's face it, it is quite a small field. And this is quite a big combine. I don't think if you're going to need to have any sort of, like, guidance lines. Rip straight in. We're not going to get that much lavender from it, I don't think. It's not a huge field, but it is a nice regenerative crop. That was the reason for putting it in, so we can just leave the same crop in here and just let it continue to regrow and regrow every year, and then just get a little bit of profit from it. This isn't really a primary field for us now. We have got all the massive fields over in that direction. We are expanding further in that direction as well. So this is more of a, like, a little bonus, little nice to have. And it's a bonus that it's a beautiful looking and smelling crop. Makes it, yeah, quite a pleasure to work. Now, it is actually filling up quite quickly. We're up to 25% of a harvester already. So we may get a full harvester out of it, maybe almost, or go close, which is still a considerable amount of lavender. And I'm not sure when the best time to actually sell is, so we're going to have to look at that once we're done. Well, I think what we're best to do is just drop off here. We'll get this field done as a bit of a short time lapse, get it loaded up into a trailer, and then we'll work out if we're going to be selling it, if we're going to be storing it, or what we're going to be doing with it. So I'll see you in a few minutes.
Dusty boots on a digital plane, twangy guitar, scent-free frame, sunsets glow a pixelated hue. This old country feeling brand new. Neon prairie where the tumbleweeds roll to a drum machine beat, losing all control. Ace echoes in a cowboy's plea under the stars, wild and free. Classic beats, steady pulse through the static. My heart exalts from the honky tonk to the arcade light.
Alrighty, here we go. Last little bit. So we're going to get up to another 62% in the combine. So that's one full combine and then about another 2/3, which is pretty impressive. It's more than what I anticipate getting. So that's I think that's a really good result from that. And yeah, well, like I said before, lovely, lovely crop to harvest. It's just so vibrant. I love lavender. So yeah, I'm happy we've got this crop in. And then we'll have to work out what we're going to do with it in a second. Here it comes, 84% of a trailer, straight into the silo. We should also be able to sell our dairy products today. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Doesn't look like we can actually store it in this silo because of the type of crop it is. This is a bit... yeah. What are we going to do? I think we're just going to have to dump it on the ground then and scoop it up. I don't really want to sell it today because it's not the best price it can be. When you look at it, it is $184 versus $220, so it's not that bad. Maybe we can hang on to it in the trailer till October and then empty it out then and use this trailer for the poppies because we're going to need this trailer. It's going to be really busy next month. Now, what we can do in September is we have our dairy products to sell. So race over here, we do have quite a number of dairy products. So this is going to be quite a considerable amount of income for us. We'll need to obviously get them loaded up and taken over to the sell point, but I just want to have a look to see how much we've got over here. We've got all this spawned and then still being produced is another 6 pallets of butter, 4 of goat's cheese, and 2 of goat's milk. So another 12 pallets. We already have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So almost double this again. So that means we're going to need to get our big dolly trailer out. which is this one right here. The dolly is on it. We just need a tractor to pull it. Might use the white tractor again. I've actually been liking using the white tractor recently. Normally this tractor just sits around and doesn't really get much use. But yeah, it is a bit slow in comparison to the Massey Ferguson. But we're not going that far. We're literally just taking things around the block, around the corner. So there's plenty of opportunities to use this tractor more. And it's quite a decent tractor. I really made a huge difference getting this tractor for the farm. Without it, we were really struggling in the early days of this farm adventure that we're on. But yeah, now we're obviously looking a lot better off than what we were back then. But still, the white tractor holds a bit of sentimental value because it was the first tractor we got where we had the power to actually do anything with it. See, I should have... where am I going to park it? I'll just park it down here. It'll be fine. Something like that. And then we've got to find the little Massey Ferguson. It'd be nice, again, to have a wheel loader or a telehandler or something like that for doing this loading work. Because this tractor isn't exactly the best for it. And I'm still learning the ropes and how to load up things like the pallets the best way possible. It does take a bit of practice, as you could imagine. Yeah, I think the trailer will be good there, and then we can just start loading things up from here. So I should be able to pick up 2 pallets at a time. Don't know if I'll be able to get 4, but I can always give it a go. They're not lined up very well. Whoever's put them out here has made it a little bit more difficult for us, because ideally it'd be good if we just go straight through. I can pick up 3. Brought another 3 up for us, so shouldn't take too long. I am, like I said, slowly getting better at loading up. Might be better if I try and stack them. I'm going to try that this time as an alternative. So that's 2,000 litres of butter. And if we can put them on another 2,000 litres of butter. And then I should be able to pick up the 4 pallets like this. The tractor can handle it. Yes, it can. That may be the best option to get this loaded up in some sort of timely fashion. But I think given my skill with doing this and ability to talk and get this all done at the same time, I think what we should do is cut out and let's get this loaded as a time lapse before we take it over to the store and hopefully make a considerable amount of money. So here we are, 5,000 litres of bottled milk, 9,000 litres of goat's cheese, and 12,000 litres of butter. So this is going to be one heck of a payday for us. All this is going to contribute to the farm's expansion, like, you know, all the other profits we've been making. Let's get it lined up in the trigger area. So 75, nearly 80,000 for the first lot, and then another 102, 111,000. So that's nearly $200,000 from that products alone. So this is why I'm wanting to strive towards getting dairy cows as well. That if we can output double that, we can make 400,000 plus, maybe $500,000 per year just on dairy and milk products alone. So it's definitely something to be striving for. That will be the goal. We're definitely in the position at the end of this year to get a big cattle farm up and running. So I'm really keen for that. I know I've been banging on about it quite a lot recently. But yeah, that's definitely the short-term goal is getting up and running. Then, yeah, I don't know where we're going to go from there. Like, once we have that going and we're pumping this out, we have some other productions. Yeah, we've got a lot of potential here. Now, I think that's where we're going to do it for now. We've got nothing else to do in September. I've got a couple of tins of milk that I will move over across in a second. Get that done. I think that'll do for the vlog. Next vlog will be into October, and we'll be ripping into that poppy field there. Poppies as far as the eye can see. That's going to be a considerable amount of work and poppies out of that field, which I think is going to really help and contribute to our goal of making lots and lots of money and getting that cow farm up and running. If you are keen to see that, or how we go with a poppy harvest, please remember to like and subscribe. And for now, we keep your boots dirty, your butts clean. I'll catch you next time on DirtByte.